Welcome
Hello.
to my spooky lair.
Oh no.
As you can see, the lights are red for the horror
Like
we are about
that.
to go through.
No. Tax season. No.
And as no one can see, Olsen has a mustache. So he is obviously the murderer.
A beautiful
I'm rubbing it now.
moustache.
But he's very
Like.
fabulous. So
Like
today,
always.
we're gonna do a little rating. You guys
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you stories from Reddit, and you're gonna rate them.
I'm ready.
From what?
Okay. For what?
From 1 to 10. Stars.
Okay,
Uni
first of all,
globes.
let's decide that. What do you want your scale to be? I'm not gonna...
0
can
to
decide.
5 Olsens.
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
Olsen loves it.
Go for it, Martha. Take it away.
Okay, we're first gonna do some quick ones just to get you in the mood.
Yeah.
So
like a
first we're
quickie.
gonna read a few stories from 2-sentence horror.
2-sentence horror.
Yes.
Is that a subreddit?
Yes.
Do you frequent
And
that subreddit?
usually it's very cringy, so it's very funny to read it. Because it's like
Okay.
people trying to write very horror-y stories in 2 sentences, but it just turns out very silly.
Guys,
I just
guys,
took like
guys.
the ones that came up. Like I chose a few from just when I opened the page, but I'm also gonna read the top one of all time for you.
Okay, but before we begin, what episode number is this? I really need to know.
I don't know.
I'll never tell. It's a landmark episode,
It's a
I can say.
secret.
Guess, Diddi, guess.
88.
Already done, Diddi. You weren't there.
90.
Bingo.
Spot on.
Spot on, no.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna
First
cut it
try.
out so you guessed correctly.
First
Totally
try.
first try. Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Go on.
5 Olsens.
Eat the apple. It's fresh, I said. The last 2 humans on Earth, starving and having not seen fresh food for years, crawled out of the nuclear bunker and reached for the forbidden fruit.
No.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was
was
very bad.
That. What? That was terrible. Doesn't even
I
make
know,
sense.
That's what I was saying.
nothing
Like,
scary.
the stories on this subreddit often are just strange.
It was just, there's been an apocalypse, there are only 2 people left and they're about to die.
Alright,
I give
what
it
do you rate it?
0.35.
0.35.
I'll give it
I'm a tough critic.
0.82 Olsens.
Oof.
Yeah.
We are harsh.
So the next one is from the user Dildo of Anne Frank.
Oh, that's scary.
Very interesting username. Probably scarier than the story itself.
Ooh.
But the story is, it was an awful day when the Nazis forced me and my family into the concentration camps. They were supposed to let me go free for giving them my family's location.
Oh, yikes.
I guess this
Yikes, that's a
person is
scary
pretty,
one.
10 out of 10.
10 out of
Five-
10.
Whoa.
Wow. This
5
person
out of
is
7
a little
Olsens.
bit interested in the World War II, it seems.
5 out of 5 Olsens. We are giving both very good
you guys,
reviews.
You guys
Yeah.
love this story.
Just want to be safe.
Yeah, true.
You're testing us there. Yes, you were. Keep on,
I read a
Martha.
little bit ahead in this next story, and it's very stupid. But yeah, okay. So the next story. My dog often licks his paws when he's anxious. So the other day, when I heard his tongue loudly slapping something, I went over to see what was wrong. It looked like he was just licking the air. until I circled around and saw 2 spherical clumps of peanut butter dangling in front of his face.
Classic.
Oh my.
Classic peanut butter on the balls.
Yeah.
Invisible
my.
Man peanut butter.
Yeah. The
Yikes.
the top comment said it perfectly. Ghost balls.
Yeah, I will give it
Shaggy.
1.5 Olsens.
Oh, that. Oof. Like, the premise is terrible.
Yeah.
The
But the
premise is terrible.
execution is okay.
The execution is okay, but the premise, there's an invisible guy with peanut butter on his balls and the dog is licking
Yes,
it.
it can happen.
That's a terrible premise.
It can happen. You don't know because you can't see them.
No, the
Maybe you're
premise,
licking them.
the premise is bad
No.
because we know that there aren't invisible people. If it were a bit more real,
You don't know.
if it were a bit more
You
real,
haven't seen them. How do you know
I've
if you don't see them?
you know what?
Huh.
I haven't seen invisible people, but neither have you, Olsen.
Exactly. Yeah. So you gotta believe in the possibilities.
Nobody's seen invisible people.
You as a
And
theoretical
that-
physicist should know.
You know what that makes me think, Olsen? That they don't exist.
Wow.
I can't
You
be certain.
obviously have not
Can't be
heard the
certain.
story of the Invisible Man.
I've seen the movie.
Gosh. Wow.
What's the movie called? It's like a
I think it's called Invisible Man.
Vanish. No, is it Invisible Man?
Let's see, he's talking about Hollow Man with
Hollow Man.
Kevin Bacon.
No, I'm talking about the one
Baconator.
like
Yeah, but he's talking about the Baconator,
I'm talking about the
Oh.
Baconator.
I'm not.
not the
talking
OG.
about
What was it?
Not the new one. He's talking about the OG.
Hollow Man. No, just Hollow Man.
Mhm,
Damn. I remember that one. That's a horror movie. Marta.
mhm. Yeah.
Hollow Man.
Based on true events, did they?
Yes, based on true events. It did not have a scene with peanut butter though.
Just look, what's the movie Invincible Man on Netflix or your streaming of
And
your
also,
choice?
if
and
there
you
are
will...
no invisible people, how do you explain the song? I'm the Invisible Man.
Exactly, did they?
I think you got me there. I can't explain that song.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I'm just getting scared now. I feel like somebody's behind me now. Oof.
Good.
Also, there's a pair of dangling. Oh no, Olsen is.
Oh no.
I hear slapping
gobble,
sounds.
gobble.
I hear slapping sounds from Olsen.
Okay, on to the next one.
Let's
on
go
to
on.
the next one.
Yes.
I asked my 7-year-old son where the monster hid so I could use the anti-monster spray. As I opened the closet to reveal my son's decaying body, I realized I had been trapped just like him. Dun dun dun.
Duh. That's too deep for my brain. My brain is just like
Yeah.
exploding like
A lot of the comments are saying, please explain, I am dumb.
This sounds like the son has already been killed by the monster.
Yeah. And the
And-
monster has
and
trapped
the-
him by
Yes.
making him check the closet.
I was just gonna say the monster was that.
This was a twist, but not a great twist.
Oh my gosh, my doggy is barking.
But I think the twist doesn't really work because it's so short.
Yeah.
I'd
That's
give
what I'm
it
thinking.
2
This
Olsens.
would probably work as a more like of a longer story, you know.
Like if it had
2
been
Olsens.
pointed to the mirror or something like that. That would have been like, okay, I'm the monster.
Yeah.
That's at least more understandable. Now it's just, monster got my son. Now I'm also dying.
Yeah.
I don't know. No emotional connection
Oh my.
there.
Olsen gave 2 Olsens. What about you, Diddi?
2.5 Olsens.
2.5.
My
Olsens.
belly is hungry. Oof. It's growling like
Oh no.
and the mic is picking it up and I
Oh,
feel
no.
very awkward.
Perfect.
Okay. The globally accepted end of the world day was equally filled with lovemaking and murder. Things were very awkward the next day after the meteor broke apart in the Earth's atmosphere and mostly hit the middle of the South Pacific Ocean.
Lol.
That just seems like, a news story in the future. It doesn't seem like a horror story.
Have you
that's
guys
the horror
watched?
story. It can happen.
Have you guys watched the movie Don't Look Up, or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Huh?
I have not
Don't
seen
Look
it,
Up?
but this kind of reminds me
Yeah,
of
I've
that.
seen Don't Look Up.
Olsen, if you knew the world was ending,
Mm-hmm.
would you tell people? Let's say you're a scientist and you've seen that there's a meteor on its way, and it's gonna wipe out the whole civilization.
Okay. First thing I will do is go to my inner circle of scientists, and
Yes.
we will talk about it very scientifically. And then we'll ponder about it for a month until we're like, okay, this is really happening. This is not a fluke. Yikes. Let's maybe tell the president about it now. And then like, what do we do, Mr. President? And he'd be like, yikes, let's think about it for one more month.
Yeah.
And then one month later we'll be like, it's very real. Yikes, we should
It's
maybe
only
tell
2
people.
days until it comes. We should
Yeah.
probably have done
Let's
something 2 months ago.
Let's just tweet about it. And just... Things will figure itself out. YOLO.
Then the president comes and says, "Hey guys, have you seen the movie Armageddon? I just watched it last night. It was freaking amazing. Can we do something like that?"
Yes, and I will be like, yes, as a scientist,
Of course.
I agree, and I escape Earth. I escape Earth.
I cried every time when who was it? Who were the actors?
Bruce Willis.
When Bruce Willis pushed
Yes.
other guy
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck
Ben Affleck. Mm-hmm.
and forced him to go to Earth, leaving Bruce Willis trapped on the meteor and saving everybody.
Yes. And he was like,
even though
like, Bruce.
Even though they had picked straws to decide who was gonna be there, and Ben Affleck,
Yes.
who was romantically involved with Bruce Willis's daughter,
Liv Tyler. Yes.
was chosen to stay behind. But Bruce Willis, the good guy he is, sacrificed himself for his daughter's
Yes.
for his
Well-being.
daughter's not just well-being, not just physical well-being, emotional well-being.
Yeah, but to create offsprings, that's what they're thinking. We wanted little Bruce
That's true.
Springsteen's babies.
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce
No,
Springsteen.
I meant Willis.
We shouldn't talk more about Bruce Willis. He's quit acting, and
He's a tour de force.
he's very sick.
Yes.
Yes.
Marta,
there is a show.
continue.
There's a show that is about like a guy that believes the end of the world is coming, and he like has it all figured out, and is trying to let people know, but everyone just thinks he's a conspiracy theorist, and
Of course.
he's just like living life to the fullest. He's like, I'm just gonna enjoy life while I can, because it's gonna end in 8 months, and there's like this girl that meets him, and it's kind of like a rom-com show, but yeah. She comes
Oh, yeah,
and she doesn't believe him, but she decides to try like his philosophy of like doing everything whenever.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good show. I recommend.
Would you guys, if you know you had only 1 day left to live, what would you do?
Cry.
The
Cry.
same thing I do every day.
J.O.
Try to take over the world.
Yeah.
How
I have
many
1 day
Martas
left
do
to
you
do
give
it.
this today?
Oh, it's like 50 Martas.
Ooh, that's a very great review. I give it
There's been a
1.5
big
Marta.
like there's been inflation on the Marta scale, I think.
Ooh, okay, then we just switch back to Olsen.
Olsen scale is very stable.
All right.
Olsen's,
Are you ready for a story?
I don't know, three Olsens.
1.5 Olsen again. I
Yeah.
guess I'm the bad guy of this.
It wasn't very good. I like the orgy
This
part.
is a reasonable one. This is a reasonable judge. And like, oh, I like everything, guys.
Olsen, what would you do if you knew the world was ending tomorrow?
Take over the world. Come
No,
on.
you would never do that. You would never do that.
I would just enjoy my last day like it would be my last.
Would you drink coffee?
Yes, of course. Coffee. And then call Martin and be like, yo, we're dying. Martin be like, oh, you're just conspiracy theorist. And I'm like, excuse me, you cancelled.
Excuse me? I'm gonna make a YouTube
And then
video
we'll call her
about
when
this.
everything is ending like, Marta, I told you so.
Told you so.
And we die.
Yes.
Perfect end.
Olsen's dream ending.
Yes.
Marta, next one. Go.
I was terrified when I suddenly heard screams through my wired headphones. What scared me even more is the fact that they weren't even plugged in.
Oh, I knew that would come. Oh my god.
That was so predictable.
Yeah. I
Still
mean, they didn't even need to
still
say it
super
with the
bad.
first sentence. It just...
Oof, 0.5 Olsen. That was...
I was so scared when I heard screams from my headphones. But then I realized they weren't turned on.
Ooh. And just scary. I'm hearing you in my ear, and that's even more scary.
Ooh la
You're not
la.
even here. Oh la la.
I was
Okay,
so
we're
scared
gonna
when my
finish with-
speakers.
We're gonna finish the short ones with the top 3.
I'm ready.
We did have to rate this one first.
Oh,
He
yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
rated.
One Olsen.
Wow, he's so kind. Go on, Marta.
So this is number 3. Third place.
Ooh.
Third place.
I have been working on stories to compete with the best on this sub, but I'm finding it near impossible. I'm beginning to think some of you are just making yours up.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Skitty bee 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 bee.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Ooh, that's a
4.5
philosophical
Olsens.
and very deep.
people love this one.
I was gonna. Oh wow, I said
Bam.
3.5 Olsens.
4.5 Olsens. Bam.
Oof,
Did they
this is so
approve?
generous.
That was did they approved.
Damn.
Oh, Marta.
I think it's amazing. So, number 2.
Go.
Oh, I've heard this one.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
When the kidnapper made me guess where he kept my daughter, I went for the basement, and he said correct, allowing me to see her. But when I found her severed head in there, I learned that every other choice would have been correct as well.
Oh no.
Da.
Ooh.
Da.
Ooh.
It's very good for the
Very
killer
gory.
to just
Very
divide
gory.
the body and put it everywhere,
Yeah.
so it would always guess correct.
Yes.
That's a
So nice.
it's a mind trick almost, except it's not a mind trick.
Mhm. I'm gonna.
Like it wasn't that shocking. I felt
But
maybe I'm just desensitized. I've been playing too many video games and watching too many scary movies.
Ooh. True.
I would say it was pretty well written though. Like it was.
It was well written.
It was good.
Four Olsens.
3.95 Olsens. Almost 4. So close.
I'm gonna change my answer to 3.9 Olsens.
So I'm the good guy.
Okay, this
Last
last
one,
one,
I'm
that
ready.
is the first place. I've also
Ooh,
heard
give me
this
my
one.
Wow.
All my life, my parents have told me not to open the basement door, but I got curious and disobeyed them. What is that glowing ball in the sky, and why does it hurt my eyes?
LOL. LOL.
First time
It's
getting
the
out.
broom.
Mm-hmm.
Is this have you guys seen the movie Cloverfield? Is it Cloverfield?
And Cloverfield Lane.
Cloverfield Lane? I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. Is
Why
that
are you
is that
referencing that?
I'm just thinking there's a guy there that's keeping them inside the bunker or something, right?
Yeah.
No, it's
Well,
different.
I haven't
He
seen
is
it.
kind
so.
of keeping them in there.
But they have been outside
Yeah,
before
yeah,
they
yeah,
went
yeah,
in.
yeah.
They
haven't
yeah.
been there
Ah.
forever.
They weren't born there.
No.
No.
This is
I'll
like
no,
if
still
this
go
was
on.
if this was real. This
Mhm.
is very scary, very scary.
It
indeed.
could be real. This is the realest story of
Yeah,
them
this
all.
is the
Oh, wow.
realest story of them all. Because this is probably someone's life experience.
Marta even hasn't seen the sun yet. She
No,
doesn't even know what it
haven't
is.
seen it.
She's so pale, so white. Except she's
Ooh.
bronze because on some parts because she uses like tanning bronze.
What?
Yes. Okay.
But just on some parts, so that gives you an idea of how Marta looks like.
Yes. For sure.
She's very spotty because she doesn't know what she's doing with her face. She's just bronzing somewhere.
Yeah, she's just spraying.
There was some
bronze.
screaming in my headphones.
Spooky.
Was that on for you guys too?
No.
Oh.
It's
I
your
did
headphones.
4.1 Olsen. This is my kindest yet.
Ooh.
Damn.
4.1.
Ooh.
Damn. It hit hard.
It's very real, but it's not very
Yes.
not very scary, I feel. So I'm gonna give
Whoa.
it 3 Olsens.
Wow, it turns to brutalism.
Yeah. It was real and it got points for that, but
Stop.
just
Why is my...
What? What's going on,
Why is
Marta?
are your headphones screaming?
There started music playing on my headphones now.
Oh no.
I listen to metal.
It was a rock music.
It's not
Rock
Bally Boy
music.
playing something.
No, it was on my phone, so I could press pause.
Ah.
Also, what is your favorite band?
Band. Pussycat Dolls.
Pussycat Dolls.
Of course. They're amazing.
When was the last time you listened to the Pussycat Dolls?
Surprisingly a few days ago. Come on. Hush and Buttons is just so good.
By the way, Olsen, your Northern Lights video, I'm just gonna shout it out. Amazing. Everyone should watch that.
Oh no.
If you're listening to this podcast and you haven't watched Olsen's Northern Lights video, shows some amazing Northern Lights in Iceland. And
Oh, just wait till the next podcast in the
Ooh.
episode. Before this one. That was so much talking about Northern Lights.
ooh, I missed
It was a
it.
groundbreaking episode.
I'll have to listen to it.
You guys ready for creepypasta?
I'm ready for
Yes,
creepy
creep me
pasta.
out past the
I
baby.
need to turn down the heat.
Oh, that's the creepy pasta.
Yes.
She got too warm. Dun, dun,
Alright.
dun.
I couldn't, because creepypasta also has like pictures and stuff. I couldn't find the top rated text like stories there.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna read some that are like new. So they might
Yeah.
not be amazing. So the first one is called "We Have Every Right to Make Our Children Illiterate."
Mhm.
My children are going to be illiterate, and I know every parent would have their child to be literate, but mine would be illiterate. I have good reasons as to why my children are going to be illiterate, and I'm looking out for them and thinking on their behalf. I am
Mhm.
saving them a lifetime of pain, and intelligence only causes more pain. They will go through life like the wind, and they will flow in happiness. So yes, my children are going to be illiterate, and I advise all parents to make their children illiterate. It is the way, and it will save them. Because my children
It
are
is the way.
illiterate, yes, it is the way. When me and my wife argue, we hold up white billboards to each other, and on the billboards are the things we want to say to each other by writing them with a marker pen. When my wife purposely didn't cook my meal or clean the house when I came home from work, she wrote on her small white billboard, "Go make your own meal and clean the house." And on my whiteboard,
This
I
is
wrote
terrible.
back, "You bitch." And it's okay. I wrote that because my children are illiterate and don't know what it says. This is such a bad story.
This is terrible.
It's done.
No, there's more, but it's just
No.
so much more of the same thing, so I think we just gotta skip it. It's so bad.
Of course, when you write things down,
Ay.
there's no body language, nothing like that says, like, you bitch. There's nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's just like they hold up the paper, like no emotions. Like
Yeah.
it isn't just about the kind of that they understand it. It's like it's there's a whole bunch of body language.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think the kid, it might even fuck the kids up.
Yeah,
Just as
It'll
much as
become
if they were
sociopath.
screaming at each other.
and this is like really like, sure, this is working on the ignorance is bliss. I'll keep them
Yeah.
stupid to make them feel happy, but you know they still need to function in the world. They still need to be able to be independent.
Is it though?
Well, what do you rate it? 0? That's what I'm rating it.
0.
0.1 Olsen. I'm just being kind. At least they wrote a long story.
Yeah. Well, this next one is for Olsen.
Yay!
I chose it just for him.
Okay,
It's
I'm
called
ready.
Don't Look at Who's Behind You.
Don't look, Olsen.
That's spooky. I
Hello,
won't.
my name is Olsen. There have been many things I've been called when I tell anyone this story, including crazy, sick, and delusional. His name is Noah, but I just changed it to Olsen.
Okay. Oh, you should have just kept it. I was so confused.
Yeah, your face was so shook. No matter who I tell, no one believes me, so I take this story to you, whoever is reading this. I've always been paranoid that someone is watching or stalking me, so I always check my surroundings. Every day I get the sense that something is watching me, even inside my own house, where I live alone. Today I got more anxious than ever, thinking I was seeing something move away from the corner of my eye, so I bought a camera system for inside my house, just so whenever I panic I can check the cameras to ease my discomfort. Tonight I was feeling more anxious than ever. I was trying to watch a new movie on Netflix. All the lights in my house were off, with only the TV lighting up the living room. I kept seeing something or someone in the corner of my eye, but when I kept checking, I saw nothing. I couldn't get over the fear or the dread that someone might be in my house, so I checked the cameras in my house. I skimmed through the cameras and saw nothing, but the stress and the fear kept coming, as if someone was actually in my house. I couldn't focus on anything and looked behind me constantly. Quickly, I grabbed my phone again with chills down my spine and my palms sweating like I was in real danger to go check the cameras again. But this time I checked them slowly in every single room I looked through and saw nothing. When I looked through the kitchen's camera, which is the room next to the living room, I thought I saw nothing. I wished I would have just put my phone down and gone back to what I was watching and minded my own business. But I saw something move in the kitchen, looking into the living room. There was this thing. Looking into the living room from the kitchen was something that I don't think is even human. It was a humanoid figure, standing at least 7 feet tall, with skin that looked like it had been stretched too tight over its bones. It had no hair on its body, and its eyes were completely black, as if it wasn't a single ray of light that could penetrate them. Its arms were unnaturally long, reaching down to its knees, and its fingers were thin and spindly, like the legs of a spider. I froze in terror, staring at the figure through the camera. It didn't move, but I could feel its piercing gaze behind me. My heart raced as I watched the creature move closer to the living room, its movements jerky and unnatural. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't tear my eyes from the screen. Suddenly, the creature's head snapped towards the camera, as if it knew it was being watched. My entire body shook with fear as I saw its twisted, grotesque face contort into a smile. Suddenly, the power went out, and the room was plunged into darkness. I scrambled to find a flashlight on my phone, but my hands were shaking so badly that I couldn't focus. I heard something moving in the kitchen. My heart was pounding in my chest as I tried to stay quiet, not wanting to draw the creature's attention. But the sound grew louder, and I realized that it was coming closer. I could hear its spindly fingers tapping against the walls as it moved closer to me. I finally turned on my flashlight and pointed it to the kitchen and saw nothing. But when I looked back at the camera, the creature was there, staring directly at me as I looked at my phone, while the creature tapped and dragged its fingers across the counters, just staring at me, doing nothing. I got enough courage in my body to start running to the front door as my life depended on it, but strangely, I didn't hear anything behind me, chasing me, but I didn't care. I opened the door and ran to my car and drove to the police station. As I arrived, I stumbled and fell into the station, panting and out of breath. The officer on the desk looked at me as if I insulted them. I told them everything, and the officer called in others and took me into a questioning room. They asked if I took any substances. For hours they questioned me and questioned my sanity until eventually they let me go without doing anything. I left the police station more terrified than ever. I called my best friend Cam to come over so I wouldn't need to be in that house alone. I didn't tell Cam what happened so he doesn't think I'm a weirdo or anything, but we watched movies together and played some games. When we wanted to go to bed, I set up the couch so I could lie in it and let Cam sleep on my bed for tonight. Before I went to sleep, I checked the cameras to ease my mind, but that's when I saw it again. But this time it was in my room under the bed that Cam was sleeping in. I froze even though I wanted to get up and get him the fuck out of there. I couldn't move my body. All I could do was watch as the monster's bony, skinny arms slowly reached out from under the bed towards Cam. I couldn't do anything. My blood ran cold and my breathing became heavy as I saw this monster reaching for Cam's face. I saw as the monster quickly poked Cam's eyes out. My friend screamed in pain, but not for long, as the monster covered his mouth and pulled him under the bed. From the living room, I can still hear his muffled screams. When he was gone, I felt my body move out of the couch and grab a weapon and went to my room. I kicked down the door, expecting to see a pool of blood and Cam gone, but all I saw was my friend awake, yelling at me, "What the fuck are you doing?" Confused, I apologized and looked around and closed the door, questioning that I might be crazy, and I walked. When I looked back at the camera, I realized the cameras were a few minutes delayed as I saw the monster come out of the bed. The monster started to rip its limbs and skin apart, eating when it ripped them off, showing itself to look more like Cam, and got into the bed before I came into the room like nothing happened. I ran out of the house and I never looked back for a few weeks, just sleeping in my car when I eventually moved out, never seeing Cam again. When I tried telling people and Cam's family what happened, everyone never believed me, which is why I'm telling you this. I'm going back to the house and trying to find Cam. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
It was,
the
story wasn't horrible, but it needed some editing of the text.
It was too long.
Yeah,
Way
and
too
it was
long.
a bit repetitive.
Too hard.
It was saying the same things over and over again. So it just needed to be edited quite a bit. But the story itself wasn't.
But of course, this is just like the movie Sixth Sense. No. With Bruce Willis.
Slenderman, did they? Gosh.
I was gonna say there's an anime which is a bit similar, which is called Miruko-chan. Miruko-chan. About a girl that can see these ghosts or like monsters, but no one else can see them, and she decides to completely ignore them, but they're always like doing things and like bothering her best friend or something, but she has to stay there and completely ignore them.
Oh no. Yes.
I sent the link to you guys. So it's an interesting concept.
It was quite derivative. It's like if you would say a Worcestershire sauce. It's tasty but bland at the same time. It's like
Yeah.
ripping off too much content of Slenderman, Smile.
It was.
Come on, guy. Be original. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it did remind me of Olsen. I was imagining Olsen's apartment the whole time.
Ooh.
I don't know about you guys.
Wow.
I was seeing something behind
honest.
Olsen.
Yeah, I was watching the monster.
Diddi was killed when we lived together. Or I saw him being devoured and ripped apart.
Yeah. That's true.
He's the Antichrist.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I give it 2.5. No, 3 Olsens. I'm being generous.
Damn.
Diddi gives it
2 out of 5. Olsen's.
Ooh.
It was too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we should put a pin on it right here and talk about the latest smash hit from Loreen, Tattoo. Diddi, what's your take on it?
Is that the Eurovision song? from Loreen?
Yeah.
I think I've heard it
everywhere on the
before.
radio in Iceland.
I think I've heard it a couple of times.
It's a song directly to Marta because it's stuck on her like a tattoo.
Yeah. It's all right.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I think it'll go far because it's Loreen and everyone that watches Eurovision.
And also
it is
Swedish,
being
and also
predicted
Swedish.
First place, so
Yeah,
And also it's Swedish.
that's true. But Loreen, I think, also still has some sort of
Mental
godly
issues.
standard or godly standing in the Eurovision world.
mental issues.
Yeah, well, yeah, she has a goth because she's a winner. That's why she has like this. Oh, Nande, a vinner du? Oh, just like a wash, just.
Exactly.
But I thank you guys for today. Giving me
Thank
these
you.
goose pimples, Marta. Will I be able to sleep?
Thank
I will
you.
just
I don't
pop
think
some sleeping
so.
pills.
I think you are super scared. I was
Thank
also
you.
gonna
I'm
read you
scared.
guys some stories from No Sleep because those ones can actually be quite scary. Like I don't think the creepypastas usually are just a bit too unreal, I guess. And the 2-sentence horror stories usually are just silly. I was gonna read you some of the No Sleep because they can have some really good stories, but they were just all too long. They're super long.
Mm-hmm.
So
They are super
if you
long
want
and
some
hard in
spooky-
your act.
If you want some spooky stories for yourself, you should read the No Sleep Reddit.
Yeah,
Mm.
we'll put the link underneath in the comments down below.
In the comments?
Will
Okay.
we? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
You guys can just figure
I don't
it
know.
out.
If Marta sends me a link, then I can pop it down like one of the links to this.
Olsen
Oh,
has
someone's touching me.
volunteered to do all this work by himself. No help from anyone else.
no.
That's good, Olsen.
Well, I
Goodbye,
need just a
everyone.
link. I need just a link.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.